What's going on, guys? NBA Wednesday. Hopefully the Eastern Conference is a little more friendly to us than the Western. I'll go ahead and update that record to 0-1 as we lose our first NBA whiteboard winner of the playoffs. The Pelicans, man, I know there's a lot of people I saw on the internet and a lot of people just chiming in all over social media saying, if Zion didn't get hurt, if the Lakers didn't get every whistle in the world, Pelicans should have won. They were the right side. I disagree. I think it was amazing that they even had a chance at the end. The defense, what for basically a playoff game, a play-in game. The defense for two and a half, even 3 quarters, non-existent. It looked like the All-Star game. I mean, I'm watching the first half in this dead stadium. I'm like looking in the stands. It's like half fucking empty. There's no energy. The fans are dead. The Pelicans go up 10 points and then meltdown. So we got that wrong. I was also on the Warriors, got that wrong as well. Keon Ellis, man, this dude for the Kings. That dude is electric. They could not miss. Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, these bums are cooked. Shout out to Draymond Green and Steph for at least having the guts and the grit to at least put some effort in. Kuminga there with some effort. And a couple guys towards the end, but Klay and Wiggins, man, they were the difference. They were absolutely abysmal, horrible, brutal to watch. I think they've won so much, maybe their competitive spirit at this point in time. There's only so many people like Tom Brady that can win so much and still want to almost kill someone to get a win. And I just don't see that with Klay and some of these other guys. So the Warriors are cooked. They're done. The dynasty is officially over. And I'll tell you what, that next game, just real briefly here, because this is an Eastern Conference video. That next game, the spread is +2. The Kings are an underdog to the Pelicans. I got to see a Zion Williamson injury report before I'm putting money down on that game. But depending on that report, I think I have a pretty good idea. So hopefully we can bounce back today. I'll get another whiteboard winner here for you guys. Maybe you can just fade me. If you're one of the haters in the comments, wait till you see what I put on the board today, and you can take the opposite if you think that's a good idea. Maybe it'll get you some money. Was able to hit a nice parlay today. Threw 400 on it. I actually liked it so much. I'm like, I'm going to throw another 200 on it. So hit that for 600 at plus money. That got me into the positive. But premium picks today was a losing day. Went perfect in MLB, got all the baseball right. But the NBA was wrong. And overall, when you're getting some right and some wrong, it's a losing day. So lost some money today in premium. If you guys do want my premium picks, you could check out the website. Links in the description. You can see it on the bottom of the screen as well. It's up to you guys. But today's games, Eastern Conference play-in game. I guess we'll start with this first one here. This is a culture game. There's just something in my body and mind that just, it's so hard for me. And I know Embiid is so good. I know it's in Philadelphia. I get it. 5 points. I mean, this line is just creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. And it might even get to a 6 before tip-off. It'll be interesting because the money is on Philly. And I do think Philly probably wins the game. I think their star players are better. But Jimmy Butler is just a different human being this time of year. The three-point shooting, the defense, the culture of the Heat, it's just flat out different. At 5.5, I'll even triple check right now on this video. It's still 5 on FanDuel. Let me check the money splits, tell you guys where the money's at on this game as of about 2 in the morning here in New York. NBA today. So we're looking, there's a 5.5 available out there. There's also a 5 available. And we're looking at 73.8% of wagers are on Philadelphia. But much more of the money, almost 84% of the money is on Philly. That's a good sign for Philadelphia bettors. Line movement's gone up. But look at the last 2 games, okay? If you're just going off money splits and line movement, 0 for 2. Because the line kept going up for the Warriors. It got up to a -3. They got absolutely killed. Lakers start as a short favorite. Money comes in on them. It actually flips to New Orleans Pelicans being the favorite, and they got killed. So I'm not going to put too much stock into this. I'm going to go back to culture. I'm going to go back to gut feeling and go back to what I've seen for so many years. I'm not going to go ahead and lay 5 points against the Miami Heat come playoff time with Jimmy Butler in this roster and Eric Spoelstra as the coach. I'm not going to do it. I like the Heat. You're going to give me maybe six, potentially 6 points by tip-off. You could even buy it to a 6 if you want on DraftKings, because the 5.5 is only a -110. And you can go on DraftKings here. Let me tell you the odds. NBA, Miami Heat, more bets. So you go to more bets, and then you click on game lines. Go down to game lines and click on a 6. You could take the Miami Heat +6 at -135. Miami Heat +6. They're not going to keep this thing within 6. The Miami Heat in the playoffs, it's just different. And I know Embiid is just such a huge part. I understand if they had him the whole year, they'd be a way higher seed. They wouldn't even be in this type of a situation. I get all that, man. Tyrese Maxey, I watch all these guys, but I've watched the Heat for years, man. I watched it when that dude was on the Miami Heat, and even before that, D Wade, Shaq. I mean, this is a culture thing, and I'm going to go with the culture here. I'm going to go with the team that I think at least has a puncher's chance, and you're going to give me points like that in a play-in game. I'm going to go ahead and take the points with the Heat. Game number 2 here, Hawks and Bulls. This is up to a 3. This Hawks team, I almost wish it wasn't Murray and Trae Young. I wish it was maybe one or the other, because with both of them in the game, it's just kind of like hot potato. It's like, here, man, like this is your possession. Like I haven't made I haven't made a shot in a couple possessions. Like go bomb a 3, Trae. Trae goes hero ball, maybe makes a shot, maybe doesn't. Next few possessions, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's not really a cohesive offense, in my opinion. The Bulls, home court advantage, stingy team, an advantage rebounding, an advantage defensively. I like them. It's not pretty. It's not fun to watch. They're not going to do anything spectacular. They're not even going to win a potential series in the playoffs if they get there. But this game, lane 3, I think it's fine. I think it's a fair number. Not a ton of value. Okay, it's not like I'm dying to bet this game, but I'm going to go ahead and lay the points with the Bulls. You got to go one favorite, one dog. You can't be on both. That's why I didn't get anything right on this day. I went with New Orleans as a small favorite. I went with or a small dog, I mean, and then I went with Golden State as my favorite. We took New Orleans when they were +1 before the money flip. So I'm going to go with Heat as my underdog. I'm going to go with the Bulls as my favorite. Probably going to go 0 for 2 or 2-0 here. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Let me look at player props too. There was one thing I did want to look at for this Sixers game. Let me use FanDuel for this one. I wanted to check player points for Jimmy. 24.5. Okay, steeper than I wanted. Tyler Hero's at 20.5 as well. Joel Embiid's at 30. I think you got to go over there. 30. I mean, Joel can get 30 in his sleep. I think that's a fair number for him. Maxey at 24.5. Not a lot of value here. Maybe look at Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin's points are set at 9.5. If the Heat are going to have a chance in this one, it's going to be Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin that are going to have big games for the Heat here. We know Jimmy's probably going to show up. We know Bam's going to fight, scratch and claw. We know how good Tyler Hero is. Those guys kind of offset some of that Philly talent. But for a player prop, I would look at Caleb Martin to go over 9.5 points. Good player, a lot of energy. And I think that's fair. I think you're getting good value while everyone else is focused on the big headlining players. The money splits for this Bulls game real quick. Let me look this up. If this would load, come on now. Here we go. There's a 3.5 out there as well. So if you are an Atlanta person, if you do like the Hawks here, you can get a 3.5. 58% of bets on Chicago, 65% of the money. I guess you could say a little bit of the sharp money is on the Bulls here. Money line is about what you would expect. About 55% of bets coming in on the Bulls in this spot. In terms of the totals, don't really have a play because the last 2 games were just so irrational. That Warriors game would have flew over the total if they could have kept up and ran as fast paced and played the same style of basketball that the Kings did, but actually made their fucking shots. Like if Clay and Andrew Wiggins had a big game and it was just a back and forth game, it would have flew over the total. And then vice versa, like that Pelicans game, man. Look what the total ended up in that game. And that's with zero, I mean, zero defense from the Pelicans and a very friendly whistle going towards the Lakers with those free throws. So I'm not really sure what to expect with totals. You would favor the unders, okay, just based on assuming the defense is going to show up here. The Bulls, like I mentioned previously, kind of a stingy team, good rebounding, slower pace, grungy game, just trying to keep it close and win with, a DeMar DeRozan pull-up jumper, fade away at the buzzer type of a thing. So maybe look at the under in the Bulls game and maybe look at an over in the Miami Heat game. That Miami team, like I said, culture, defense, it's going to show up. But at the end of the day, Philly's going to score. And if the Heat are going to have a chance here, it's going to be that three ball. I mean, if Tyler Hero, Robinson, Caleb Martin, Butler getting to the free throw line, they can get cooking too offensively. So I would lean over in the Heat Sixers game, and I would lean under in that Hawks Bulls game is the way I'd look. Let's go ahead and update this whiteboard. I got to make a final decision here. What do I want to put on the whiteboard to get us to 1-1 in the NBA playoffs? What are we going to go with this one? Man, it's tough to go against Embiid in Philadelphia. It really, really is here. I think I know what I'm going to go with, though. If that game's going to be competitive, we got to get some offense going. The total's at 208. I'm not going to overthink it. If I was trying to be too sharp, too much of a professional, and I don't know, 208, it's low for a reason. I'm not going to fall into the trap. Like when you get two in your head about like Vegas traps and games are rigged, sometimes it goes too far. You have to be conscious of that type of thing. But 208 and a team talent on both sides of the ball, I think I know what we're going to do to get back in the win column. We're going to take the over 208 in this Heat Philadelphia game. Who knows? Maybe we'll get fucking overtime and then it will for sure go over. So there you go, guys. Fade me, take it. Let me know what you're going to do in the comments and let me know what you think about that Pelicans Kings matchup as well. I thought it was very odd that the line is 2 points in favor of the Pelicans with Zion exiting that game. Maybe it's a fake injury to get the Lakers through. All the conspiracy theorists can have their fun with that. So let me know what you guys think about the playoffs right now, who you like in these games, what are your favorite bets. Definitely subscribe to the channel. The content's really going to start pumping out here once we get through these playoff games, play-in playoff games, then we get to the real series where we have much, much more basketball on a daily basis to look at. See you guys in the next video.